Hi everyone. I know it's been a while, it's been about a year, but I'm going to start doing my reviews again, and I'm sure no one's really missed me because no one really watched them before, but I'm just going to keep doing it because it's something I enjoy doing. I see a lot of movies, and I figure I should do something with that. My review today is going to be about the film Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping, starring Andy Samberg. It was written and directed by Andy Samberg, Akiva Schaffer, and Jorma Taccone. They're all the members of the Lonely Island. Very popular for making digital shorts that were shown on SNL and making a lot of music videos. It's mostly like parody music, supposed to be comedic, and this film's very much in that vein. So the performances were really strong in this movie. The reason I wanted to see it is because of Andy Samberg. I'm kind of a big fan of his. I think he's charismatic and he's like a good leading man. Like he can have a lot of dynamism in his roles if he was given more to do. I've never seen him be much more than like kind of a joker. In Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he gets a little more kind of weight in his character, but here he's basically just doing jokes the whole time. So he's good. The other members of the band give really good performances as well. As far as the story, it's a very loose plot, I would say. I'm trying to be nice right now because I'm highlighting the positives. But there are some really funny moments. A lot of them you see in the commercials, and there are a lot of cameos by celebrities. So this film is made as a mockumentary. It's very much like the film This Is Spinal Tap, in that it follows kind of the trials and tribulations of this group of performers, and shows how their relationship changes throughout the different stages of their fame. And this film does it in a more modern way. It's a modern take on the whole thing. So you get a lot of very current celebrity cameos in it, a lot of current musicians. I mean, just for example, there's Snoop Dogg, Usher's in it, and there are also a lot of SNL cameos as well. And everyone contributes, doing a decent job. I think the best parts are the music videos, which is what The Lonely Island is famous for. So, like, there was one of the highlights was the song about Osama bin Laden. A lot of it you can see on their YouTube channel, actually. So, you could always go and check that out, the Lonely Island YouTube channel. I'm not trying to plug it or anything. They're not paying me, so I wouldn't do that. It's just something I looked up the other day. I'm just going to get right to the bad. I'm just going to keep this review moving. So the bad, I thought the film really it was funny for a little bit, but it kind of dipped, just like a lot of comedies today do, because there's not really a plot. It's just like a series of gags, and after a while it kind of gets a little stale. There's a loose plot showing how the members of the band kind of break apart and then come back together, but it's really loose, and there's not a lot of character development there. All we know is that they were together as kids, they had a big hit song, and they were really popular, and then they just had creative differences, kind of like, I don't know, New Edition or something like that. So like someone going off on their solo career. It's nothing you haven't seen or heard of before. There's nothing crazy in it, really. There's just some absurdist comedy. I also thought a lot of the jokes were a little out of place. They didn't serve any plot, which is an issue. Like, I feel like they'd be funny on their own if you were to watch them on the web later on, or as clips on YouTube after the film is out of theaters for a while. But like in the context of the entire movie, I didn't think that it helped very much. So in that same vein, I thought the film was poorly edited. So there are a lot of different things that go wrong with when the story's not working, but I think the editing was a big thing. It just felt like sometimes you were watching a scene and then they just like interject some joke into it that had nothing to do, like they cut away to something else, and it just wasn't cool. And a couple of things were repetitive, like there was a funny bit where they made fun of TMZ, But they did it again later on in the film, and it was like, you didn't kind of want to see that again. It kind of didn't sustain itself, and it was less than 90 minutes long, and I started to get a little tired of it, after a while. And under 90 minutes isn't a long movie. Batman v Superman was like 2.5 hours long, and I thought that was more entertaining than this was. So the ugly part, I think that all comedic films are suffering today. People are always saying, "Oh, movies aren't as funny as it used to be." And there were some really good comedies in the 90s, in my opinion. Some really interesting, inventive ones that weren't kind of like riffing off something that's already been done and done better. I'm just referring back to This Is Spinal Tap, which was a very good example of this type of movie, and I would recommend that before you watch this, or over watching this if you were trying to look for some sort of parody. I think that the original characters were more fleshed out. So instead of basing, this Popstar was very much based in reality. So it's as if like this guy was real, and he was in the real world. So all the celebrities were playing themselves. So in conclusion, Popstar is a pretty forgettable film, and I don't recommend going to see it. Even if it's less than 90 minutes. I mean, it's not going to take away too much time in your life, but it might take away $12. I'm sure the clips will end up on YouTube from the film and get a lot of views. That's what everyone wants these days. But I hope that in the future, the talents of the writers and directors and the actors in the film will go to better use. Like, they'll make a better movie. This sort of thing doesn't age well because you're using a lot of current things that people aren't going to even understand in even 5 years. People won't even get the references made in this film. So I think that it's definitely going to suffer from that. So I give this film a 0 out of 1. If you want to see it, go see it, but I think your time would be better served seeing a different film. Alright, thank you for watching this review, and I look forward to doing a lot more, so I'll catch you guys later. Bye.